When we see attractive food, we often tend to overeat. Now, after overeating, we feel uncomfortable and uneasy. And I'm sure there must have been times when you had to loosen your pants. But after a few hours, that uneasiness is gone, and you start feeling hungry once again. So, where is the food going to? Well, when you are eating the food, you are chewing the food, and the food gets broken down into smaller food particles. Now, post-swallowing, what happens is that these food molecules, they pass through this pipe known as the esophagus and get stored in the stomach. And that is why when we overeat, we get a feeling of fullness and we feel very uneasy. So what is exactly happening in the stomach? Well, after the food comes into the stomach, the food particle gets further broken down with the help of these juices secreted in the stomach. The food particles get smaller and smaller till it can come out of the stomach. So now that the stomach is empty, you feel hungry once again. So this process of breaking down of food is known as digestion. Now, for a proper healthy body, we need to have a nutritious diet. We need all the essential nutrients in our body like fats, carbohydrates, and proteins. Now, we need to extract these nutrients from a food so that it can provide us with energy and proper growth. So just breaking down of food is not enough. We have to absorb these essential nutrients from all the food items that we have. So after the food gets digested or broken down in the stomach, it passes down this narrow coiling pipe which is known as the small intestine. And it is in this small intestine that all the food nutrients, that is the proteins, carbohydrates and the fat, they get absorbed by these structures that are present inside the small intestine. So, proteins, carbohydrates and fats are getting absorbed in the body with the help of these structures that are present in the small intestine. But there are many unabsorbed food molecules which are bigger in size and so they cannot be absorbed. So they pass through this broader pipe known as the large intestine and they get eliminated from the body. So our digestive pathway starts in the mouth. Through the mouth, we intake the food. Now, post-swallowing, the food travels down this pipeline, which is known as the esophagus. Now, after traveling down this esophagus, the food gets stored in the stomach. So, after esophagus, the food gets stored in the stomach and the food gets digested, that it gets broken down into smaller particles. Now after these food get digested, they pass on to this organ which is known as the small intestine. This narrow pipe-like structure is known as the small intestine and it is where all the nutrients of the food gets absorbed. And finally, the unabsorbed and the undigested food pass through this broader pipe known as the large intestine, and finally the unabsorbed food or the waste products get eliminated through our body. So this entire thing makes up the digestive pathway in our body. Now, starting from the mouth, till the portion where waste materials get eliminated from our body is made up of a single pipeline. And this single pipeline that starts from the mouth and ends in this place where food gets eliminated from the body is known as the alimentary canal. Now, while eating, food gets broken down in the mouth or it gets digested by the salivary secretions. Now, digestion takes place in the other parts of the digestive system as well with the help of these secretions. These secretions are given out by special glands known as the digestive glands. So, digestive gland together with the alimentary canal forms the digestive system.